Hi, I'm Jim Easton. Thank you so much for watching this video. You were referred to it because something in your life has changed. Maybe you just got married, or you just had a child, or you just signed a mortgage, or a million other things. And so we may be able to help you. Now there's a video that I want you to watch. It lasts 4.5 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and talk to you for about another 3.5 minutes. So it'll all be over in 8 minutes, and you can decide if it's something you want to know more about or not. It's strictly up to you. So enjoy this little video.
Hello from Legal Shield. So first things first, what is legal protection and why should you want it? Quite simply, a legal protection plan gives you access to an attorney for a low monthly fee. Attorneys are, well, expensive. We're talking $250 an hour expensive. But with a legal protection plan, you could spend a little less than that for an entire year of access to an experienced attorney whenever you need one. So $250 for 1 hour with an attorney, or the peace of mind that you'll have attorney access whenever you need it. That's a pretty easy choice. If you've used an attorney recently, this probably all sounds great. If not, you may be wondering, why would I even need an attorney? It turns out that attorneys can help you with all kinds of things you may not have even realized. Things ranging from traffic tickets to assistance with IRS audits, from helping you with your will to going over contracts. Whatever situation you're facing, an attorney can help you make the best decision for your family and your future while ensuring you know your full legal rights. And that's always a good thing. So, legal protection is a smart choice. Now, why choose Legal Shield? For starters, Legal Shield has been in business for 40 years, and right now over 1.4 million families trust Legal Shield as their legal protection provider. Legal Shield has partnered with a dedicated full-service law firm in your state, which means two things. One, you'll never have to figure out which attorney to use, since we've already done the legwork. And two, you'll always get an experienced attorney from your state dedicated to helping you. All of which means you'll enjoy access to an attorney when you need it, and even 24/7 access for emergencies. Just pick up the phone and you'll be connected with an attorney experienced in the specific issue you want to talk about. So, what can our attorneys help you with? They can give you advice on what to do in a legal situation. They can write letters or make phone calls on your behalf when necessary. Review personal contracts and documents up to 10 pages in length. And the minute you become a Legal Shield member, you're covered with 60 hours of trial and trial prep time over the next year, with an additional 60 hours added each year for the first 5 years. This means that if you or your spouse is named defendant or respondent in a trial, you'll have the peace of mind that a prepared, expert attorney is on your side. As a member, you'll also enjoy access to over 100 online legal forms, all downloadable for you to fill in and review with your attorney, including documents to help you prepare living wills or power of attorney at no additional cost. In review, legal protection is good, and Legal Shield is the best. Now let's talk about your specific plan. You can enroll with Legal Shield for just $17 a month with a one-time enrollment fee of $10. Your membership includes help with moving violations, IRS audits, real estate, family law, consumer law, estate planning. In fact, we give professional advice on all matters from the trivial to the traumatic. Your specific plan doesn't just cover you, it also covers family members, including your spouse or significant other, children up to 21 living at home, children up to 18 for whom you are a legal guardian, children up to 23 who are full-time college students, and any physically and mentally disabled child for life. We're also proud to offer an identity theft monitoring and restoration service through our top-of-the-line Legal Shield Identity Theft Plan. Identity theft affects millions of Americans each year, but our plan provides you with secure web access to an up-to-date credit report, detailed analysis of your personal credit score, and email alerts regarding any activity under your name. We've even partnered with Kroll Advisory Solutions, the industry leader in helping clients mitigate and respond to risk. If you're ever a victim, rest assured they'll ensure that your identity is totally restored to what it was before the breach occurred. You can purchase this coverage for only $12.95 a month. Coverage includes you and your spouse with Safeguard for Minors protection for dependents under the age of 18, included for only $1 more a month. Make the smart decision today. When you get legal protection for your family, you can add on the identity theft plan for just $9.95 per month. Do the math and choose to give your family access to these legal and identity theft services today for a total of only $26.95 a month, only with Legal Shield. Worry less, live more.
So, what did you like best about that? Did you like knowing that if your son gets a ticket 2 states away and you know you're not going to fight it, that Legal Shield is going to have an attorney there representing your son? Now, we don't fix tickets, but that attorney is going to make sure that everything was done properly, and if it wasn't, your attorney is going to make sure that the judge knows that. And even if nothing else, they may be able to keep those points from getting on your insurance, and we all know how costly that is. Did you like knowing that if you have a legal question about your mortgage, about a lease, about a rental, about something that you buy, about a warranty, any matter, you can call your attorney and get legal advice, and there won't be any bill in the mail because it's already covered? Did you like the fact that if you were named as a defendant in a civil suit, that you already have legal time built up so that your attorney can try to work that out without going to court? But if you have to go to court, you are going to have that attorney sitting beside you to go through that with you. Did you like knowing that if you've put off that will for years and years and years because you didn't want the expense and you didn't want to have to go to that trouble, that now that's included in your coverage? And you'll be able to set everything up the way you decide instead of the way a judge would decide. That you can tell the court who you would like your children to live with if that's necessary, instead of a judge having to make that decision without consulting you. All these things are part of Legal Shield. You see, people say to me all the time, "Oh, I don't need an attorney." But what they really mean is, I don't have an attorney because it's too expensive. We all need attorneys, and now it's possible to have one that you can afford. Now, I told you I was going to keep this short, so I'm going to tell you 3 quick stories and then we'll be done. The first is about my friend Bill Sullivan. Bill had a home and auto policy and he liked it pretty well. But an insurance agent showed him one that saved him $1,500. But if you've ever tried to read insurance policies, he couldn't make heads or tails of these. So he said, "I have a lawyer for this." So he called Legal Shield and said, "I'd like to send you these 2 policies, have you review them and then advise me." And the attorney said, "Fine, fax them over." It took the attorney 2 days to review them, called Bill back and said, "Your old policy is fine, and it has 2 really good coverages, but they're kind of rare. I doubt you will ever need these. But your new policy is better in 2 more areas, and I think you should go for it because it'll save you a lot of money and give you the same type of coverage you already have." Well, that's a trivial thing, but it meant a lot to my friend Bill to know that he could safely use that new policy because it had been reviewed by an expert. In my own case, I have a business that is in several states. And so the question has come up over and over, should I incorporate? Because every state has different laws and different taxes, and it's really hard for me to keep up with. So I thought, I have a lawyer for this. So I dialed up the law firm. They put me in touch with a corporate attorney, and he told me the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the tax ramifications, all of that. And then I said, "So if I have you do this for me, how much will it cost?" And he said, "You know, Jim, Legal Shield doesn't cover everything, so it doesn't cover incorporating. You get that at your 25% member discount. But that's not how I want you to do it. I want you to go to this website, download these forms, and fill out the parts you can. Then I want you to fax those forms over to me, because remember, we review documents for free. I'll help you finish them, fax them back to you. You'll write a check to the Secretary of State of Tennessee and send that in, and that will take care of your incorporation and save you several $100s. Well, hey, that was worth several years of membership to me right there. Sometimes matters aren't trivial. They're really important, and you need a lawyer, and we all know it. We had a client who was in Las Vegas on vacation. He and his wife flew out there. They got their rental car, which was a nice, pretty sports car, threw their luggage in the back seat and headed for the hotel. Well, after they checked into the hotel, Las Vegas is open 24 hours, so they went out on the town. About 2 o'clock in the morning, they were driving back to their hotel, and our client was speeding. He was doing 45 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and the Las Vegas police officers stopped him. Well, it was a pleasant exchange. They knew he was a tourist. No one was in any danger. They gave him a warning and were about to let him go. And then before they walked back to their patrol car, one of the officers said, "Sir, may we look in the trunk of your car?" Well, our client had nothing to hide, so he was just about to hand over the keys when he remembered, "This is not my car." So before he handed the keys, he said, "Officer, I'm going to comply with you, but before I do, may I call my attorney?" Well, the officer said, "It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Who are you going to call?" And our client said, "I have Legal Shield. There's a 24-hour emergency service for me, and there's always an attorney on duty." As soon as the other officer heard him say Legal Shield, he said, "Sir, that's all right. We don't want to trouble you any further. Have a nice evening." And they went back to their car. Now you know how that could have gone, but that's the power of Legal Shield. Now, if you already know that you need Legal Shield, great, give me a call. If you have questions that you want to ask, that's fine too, give me a call. If you say, "It's not right for me," or "It's not for me right now," that's okay too. Here's what we'd like for you to do. Take that DVD or that link to the website where you saw the video and just put it in your car. Because now that your ears are attuned to this, you'll be amazed how many people you're going to talk to who have legal issues. And every time you hear that, you're going to say, Legal Shield covers that. And you can give us a referral. We'd appreciate that. And if you find that you're giving us a referral several times over, then I want you to start thinking about this. Legal Shield pays people to do what I just did. We call that being an associate. So if you're interested in that side of the business, then you just keep listening to the DVD, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But if this is all the information you needed, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate that, and I hope that we'll get a chance to talk soon and get you covered by Legal Shield. God bless you, and thanks for watching. If you're still watching, it means one of two things. Either you fell asleep in your recliner, or you want to know about the business side of Legal Shield. So, I'm going to have you watch another video that will explain to you how we do this business and how it can be a great part-time business for you. So, what did you like best about that? Did you like knowing that you get paid every time someone signs up for a membership? And did you like the fact that you're going to be paid every year that person renews that policy? And when you die, that income will continue to go to your spouse or significant other, and then when both of you die, that income can be willed down to your descendants. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, and we don't know what's going to happen to Social Security. So isn't it nice to know that those little checks are going to keep coming all through your life? Did you like knowing that Legal Shield has the chance to grow exponentially? Right now we have 1.4 million families, and that's without ever advertising. But when our advertising plan kicks in, coming soon, we are expecting that we're going to grow to 7 million families in the United States and Canada. That's tremendous. You probably had never heard of Legal Shield before someone directed you to this video, But now that you know about it, you can think of all kinds of people who need it. And imagine how it's going to be when you've mentioned Legal Shield to people, and then they start seeing those commercials and they say, "Didn't somebody mention Legal Shield to me?" And they're going to come to you and ask to be a part of our family. So, I hope that you'll take this opportunity to call me, learn more about it, do your homework, make sure it's the right thing for you, and this is going to be a great opportunity.
In America, every generation is born with a dream, with the notion of equality, with the freedom to make certain choices, to exercise certain rights, the right to life, the right to liberty, the right to pursue happiness. But it wasn't until Harlan Stonecipher was blindsided by a motor vehicle and hospitalized in 1969 that he realized it was money, not rights, that gained you access to our legal system. And after depleting his life savings, defending himself against something he didn't do, Harlan Stonecipher was determined to make legal protection accessible to everyone, everywhere, no matter how traumatic or trivial the situation, so that no one would ever be blindsided again. And that's exactly what he did. It was the early 90s when an idea to create a proprietary network truly changed the game. It meant that instead of hundreds of good attorneys serving hundreds of customers, now there was one dedicated law firm serving thousands of members. And instead of attorneys waiting for work to get paid, they were prepaid. The business model for legal products was turned on its head, and a whole new scope and level of service was born. What had been a good product became a great product. And now, on-call advice went from being the privilege of the few to the right of the many. That's the product we sell today. How good does it feel to be able to offer that kind of service to your friends, your neighbors, your community? Our product is something to be proud of. It has stood the test of time. 40 years and 20 million times, our lawyers have been there to protect their clients, helping our 4 million users live their lives on their own terms. Our members fear nothing. The protection of our product is total. A shield that watches over them and their loved ones, protecting their rights, their freedom, and their future. Everyone, everywhere, deserves to wake up with peace of mind, feeling protected every day, every night, now and forever, by our new company, Legal Shield. Total access, total freedom.